Good day, McVeigh, and happy Thursday. We're going to get our show started first up with Caitlin this morning. Come on over, Caitlin. Caitlin, what do we have today?
I have.
What did you do there? What is that called? What kind of diagram is that? Remember what that's called? It starts with a V. Do you remember? V-E. Venn
diagram.
Yeah, Venn diagram. And what did you make a Venn diagram of?
People that are funny, playful, and kind and nice.
Right. How cool is this? She made a Venn diagram of people that are funny, playful, kind, and nice. So we have funny, playful on one side, kind and nice in the center. And who are these people?
They're made up names, and one is Mike and Tom.
Right. And so what is Mike like?
He likes to be funny, playful, kind, and nice.
And what about Tom?
She has brown hair and is nice and kind also.
And what do they both have as well?
They are both friends and they wear both clothes.
They share their clothes. So if they are both funny, both kind, and both nice, would those character traits also go in the center for both of them in a Venn diagram?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and so are you going to write a book about them, or what do you think about these two characters?
That they are.
Could they be characters in a book?
Yes.
Are you going to write about them and tell us about them more, maybe? I don't know, Caitlin. You could be an author. What do you think? All right. Maybe you should think about that because I'd love to learn more about Mike and Tom. Remember that commercial, Mr. Minerva? I could be like Mike. Remember that one?
Yes, I want to be like Mike.
Dating myself right now. That's okay. Okay, so why don't we do that? I'd love to find out more about Mike and Tom. Yeah? All right, high five. All right, next up, Madeline. Look at this one, Mr. Minerva. Come on over. Step right over here, honey. Okay, what do we have today?
I have a cheetah project.
Cheetahs.
I made it when I was in first grade. Cheetahs are very cool because of their speed, and they can run like really fast.
Yeah, they're very cool because their speed. They run really fast. Let's take a look. I'm gonna get this a little bit closer so we can see. What are some of the other cool facts about cheetahs?
Cheetahs are wildcats with long legs. They can be 7 feet long. Their yellow or tan fur is covered with black spots.
That's true. So 7 feet long is pretty long, don't you think, Mr. Angeli?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Taller than most people.
Taller than most people, 100%. All right, what's in the Did You Know section?
Did you know females chirp to call their cubs?
What do they do?
Females chirp to call their cubs.
Oh, they chirp to call their cubs. No, I didn't know that. What else?
Cheetahs hunt during the day. Those black stripes near their eyes protect the eyes from the sunlight. Like when the football players put the black things, it protected from the sunlight.
Yes, high five. So this would be a way that we've learned from nature, believe it or not, Mr. Minerva. So the black lines that we see on animals have actually infiltrated into our lives with the black. What do we call it? What is that stuff called? I just forgot the name of it.
Eye black.
Yeah, eye black. Yeah, it's a tough one. Anyhow, the eye black that we use in sport. Very good.
They are probably around this area, the cheetahs. They're probably
That's where they live. Yeah. Yeah. So it's very cool how the animal kingdom pervades our world. Okay, one more. How about the life cycle?
Female cheetahs give birth to 3 to 5 cubs at a time. In the wild, cheetahs live about 10 to 12 years.
Yeah, 10 to 12 years, which is a little bit less than the average dog. But yeah, but they each have 3 to 4 cubs if they're females. Wow, this is a very good comprehensive project, Madeline. Thank you for sharing. You're going to work on something else soon?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think I might work about lions and stay in the cat habitat, like stay in the cat.
Yeah, stay in the cat family. That's very good. So you'll learn when you get into high school. So that's a kingdom. So kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Remember that?
Of course.
Yeah. So the a different species of cat. Good job. All right, come on over, and our next group is fairly large. Sam Cook is at the helm with this one. Sam, why don't you guys? I'll let you all introduce yourself. We have
Sam, Chase, Tiernan, Patty, Burgess, Zachary.
Zachary. Okay, so Sam, kick us off. What do we have there?
We have a project on the Titanic and its 2 sister ships, the Britannic and the Olympic.
Yeah, so the Titanic. Why don't you step over, Zach, so we can all see you? Perfect. Okay, so some cool facts. Tierney, you want to give us some? Go ahead, you can take the microphone.
The Titanic sunk. Wait, there was a fire on the Titanic for 3 weeks.
There's a fire. Yeah, you told me a cool fact before as well when we were talking earlier. What did you tell? How many people survived?
700.
Right. Okay. Who has another cool fact? What do you think, Zach? You got one? All right.
The first. There also the 16 watertight compartments didn't work. When the water reached this certain height to close the door, also there was navigation test that Captain Edward John Smith failed.
Okay. So, Sam, what did you else? I know you know lots about the Titanic and the sister ships. What else did you want to share? And you know what? Try not to look at the sheet. See if you can do it without the sheet.
The Olympic was in service for 26 years, and at first it was a passenger ship, then it was turned into a Navy ship, and back into a passenger ship.
Why did you guys get involved in studying the Titanic?
We thought it was a really cool, one of the best, one of the coolest natural disasters.
Oh, the coolest natural disaster.
Part of the 5 top natural disasters.
Yeah, so it was a natural disaster. It was, how long ago was this?
About 101 years ago.
About 101.
About 100.
Okay, so if you were going to, you ready? Round. How many years ago was it?
100.
Yes. Raise the roof. Woohoo. Okay. Excellent. Yes. Okay. Anything you wanted to add to the conversation? Are you interested in the Titanic and natural disasters?
Yeah.
Yeah? Any other natural disasters you're interested in?
The Britannic.
What do you have?
I'm just curious because Sam referred to it as a natural disaster. What about the Titanic, which was a man-made ship, made it a natural disaster?
Oh, good question.
Oh, yeah. The iceberg sank it. Yeah.
Yes,
Good
the
answer.
iceberg. That's correct.
They should have never, the crewman who tried to turn the ship never should have turned the ship, because when I was reading, I learned that the Titanic the bow of the Titanic, which is the front of the Titanic, was actually made and designed for ramming things.
Yes,
The
true.
bow.
The bow.
It's
It's called not the bow. It looks like bow. Bow would be like the thing I would put in my hair. It's called the bow when you talk about a ship. Do you know what the back of the ship is called?
I know.
The stern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there's names for the left and right side.
Starboard.
Which one is that?
The right or
The left.
the left?
Which one is left? Which one is right?
Left is starboard.
You think so? What do you think?
I think you might want to ask others.
I'm gonna put that out there. I think you might, let's phone a friend. Let's check with the audience. Let's put it out there. Which side is the port and which side is starboard, left or right? Let's see. All right. So maybe we can do some
After
projects
I'm
on.
teaching the easy way to remember.
Yes, there's a very
Little
easy way
cheat
to
sheet.
remember this, and I'm not going to say it until somebody comes up with it.
Good answer.
Did you also know that the Britannic was in service for 11 months?
I didn't know that. No.
And
I have not studied the Titanic. I know it's hard to
The
believe,
Britannic was one of the sister ships?
yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Just
what
like
was the other one? The
Olympic.
Olympic. That's correct.
Oh,
Okay.
I also know a fact about the Britannic.
What's
the
that?
Britannic was turned into a medical ship,
Yeah.
not like Navy ships with cannons. It was sank by German mines.
Yeah, some people
In World
say
War
some
One.
people say that it was a torpedo. Some people
But talk this way so the kids can see you. Yeah.
some people say that it was a torpedo. Some people say that it was something else.
All right. So I would like to learn about the other natural disasters. Yes, Sam.
Did you also know that there was a survivor who was on board all 3 ships? It's Violet Jessup. She was a nurse on board the
A nurse.
Britannic. She was a waiter on board the Olympic and the Titanic, but also she was on board the Olympic when it was turned into a Navy ship. She was a Navy officer.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
She jumped off at just the right time when the Britannic's propellers were sucking in the lifeboats of the lifeboats with its propellers.
So she just avoided getting injured.
Yeah, but she hit
Yeah.
her head pretty hard, but was still able to survive.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh,
actually.
and the guy's name who crashed into the iceberg was Edward John Smith.
Edward
He
John
was
Smith.
the
Yeah, he was the captain.
I'm thinking I was. This isn't really about the Titanic, but I'm thinking about doing a project on submarines then, the history of submarines.
Oh, I would love to know
And
about the
also-
history of submarines because that's
Yeah.
not something I've studied either. Have
Yeah.
you?
And,
No?
ho- and also Captain Edward Smith probably knew that there was an iceberg. We think that he probably knew there was an iceberg ahead of the Titanic, but didn't care and fell asleep because he did fall asleep that same night.
Okay, well, falling asleep is different than not caring. I
He
don't
did
think
fall
he
asleep.
meant to crash into the iceberg and to have such a tragedy occur.
And also the and
Well,
also,
what did they think about the Titanic at that time?
they thought that it was an unsinkable ship.
They thought it was
It was
unsinkable.
unsinkable.
That's
and
right.
also it was sinkable, but because there was also a few rivets that were made out of iron, but they should have been made out of steel because since something had to give away when the iceberg crashed into the Titanic, and it was the rivets.
The rivets, and they weren't made of steel. That's correct. Steel is much stronger than iron, correct?
Yes.
That's correct. All right, I have to go to the next project, though. You ready? Because it's getting late. But I will have you guys back again. We need another project, though, on whatever else. It could be submarines or natural disasters. Anybody on port and starboard yet?
No.
Okay.
No response yet.
All right, we'll give them another minute. Okay, so last up this morning,
Mhm.
come on over. All right. We have Kristen and Christine. All right, Christina. I always do that to you. I'm sorry. All right, so Christina and Kristen. So tell us what you have here.
So we have a
You're gonna love this.
and it's called Coin Flip.
Okay.
And you basically you take 3.
So let's do it. Right here, we have a little spot here.
Ah.
So you
See if-
take 3 to 5 coins, and it can't be an even number because the possibilities of someone winning becomes very, very low.
And why does the possibility become low?
Because you can't get an even amount of coins that are flipped. So we're gonna play with 5.
So we're gonna play with 5 coins. Watch this.
If
Miss
you
Angela.
want a quicker game, you should play with 5 because you could get more points. And the first one to 40 points wins. So you would flip the coin.
Okay.
Someone would pick heads or tails. In this case, tails would win. So it's theirs has 3 coins. They would put 3 coins on a piece of paper. And I've played with multiple people before. I've played with my parents. I've played with my brother, my grandma, and I started a game with my friend.
Right.
So if we were to play this, we would split it to make a chart, and then we would write K and C, and then let's say I chose tails, I would get the point, and then Christina you'd get 3 points.
You have 3 points because there's 3 tails, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the
then
person who chooses heads got 0 points for that because
yes,
it didn't win.
because they didn't get the majority.
Got
Right.
The majority gets the
Gotta
points.
get the majority.
Majority.
Yeah, love that word too.
So you just keep going until someone
gets all the way up to 40.
So we have to get to 40? Oh, I love
Yeah.
how you're tally marking.
Mhm.
So how many tails were there that time?
This time there were 4.
4. So you gave her 2 points, right? So we get 2 more. But perfect. All right, and we
So-
keep going up to 40, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so how else can you play this? You can play this with different numbers of coins?
Yes, you could play it with 3 coins. You could play it with like 7 coins. The coins are basically unlimited as long as they are not even.
As long as they
Because
are.
if we
Correct.
were to play with 4 coins, there's a very high chance of this happening multiple times and no one getting any points.
Oh, high
Love
five. We're
Hmm.
talking probability now.
I
loving
love it.
that. Loving that. That's absolutely true. If you play with an even number, you could get the same number of heads and tails on each roll, which means there's no points given.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to move forward, and we don't get any closer to 40. Why is 40 the winning number? Did you just make that up, or?
So the first time it was a test run with my brother, and I wasn't really making it a Get Smart project yet.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, this game could be fun with me and my brother because he likes to flip different things, like bottles, anything he can find.
Oh,
He'll just, like,
good point.
take it and just, like,
Her
start.
brother's Robbie.
Yeah.
Right.
So, wow.
So, I decided that since, like, he likes that, we could try something like a coin flip game. And
You
the
turned
first
his love
time
for flipping into an educational game.
Yep.
Brilliant.
we started with, like, 10 to 20 points, and 10 to 20 points went very, very fast, and it wasn't even like a game. So we decided to go to 40 points because it's easier to get to 40 points than 30 points.
All right, we'll step back so
For me?
we're not so close to the thing. Yeah, that is very true. So in order to make it a little bit more competitive and to get so it goes back and forth, you need
Yeah.
a greater number.
Yeah.
So you figured that out.
Yes.
Very good. Very impressed, right?
Very.
Outstanding. Maybe we can
I may
add
have to
this.
borrow that game.
Yeah.
With
We
your
could do
permission.
you could do a lot with this game, as a matter of fact.